Oh, my mother. Yo, that was crazy, man. He talks crazy about black people. He talk crazy about Puerto Ricans. Man, he gonna pay for it. He gonna pay for it January 31st. It's time. It's time to show him what the level is. I don't think he realized what the level is, so I can't wait to show him.
Chaos erupts as Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez came face to face. The tension was high as they stared each other down.
Teo, this is Johnny Boy. What do you do better than Shakur Stevenson?
When Shakur Stevenson, I do everything better than him. I do everything better than him.
Are you planning for a knockout or just you're happy with the decision?
All of it will come. All of it will come. Mike Tyson tried to go for knockouts in his career and never got there, you know, and I think there's like a hoax to it, or like a jinx. When you try to go for a knockout, you don't get it. So you just gotta naturally let it happen when the time is right.
And you could feel this wasn't just promo energy. This was two champions mentally sizing up a legacy-defining moment. Shakur kept it calm but icy, calling Teo the truth.
You don't want to do that. You call him the truth. You respect him as a fighter. What do you expect about him?
At the end of the day, I'm an honest fighter. I sit down, I watch, and I see who's good and who's not. And when I watch him, I think he's a great fighter. So, me being honest with you, that's all cool. But at the end of the day, once again, I will come out victorious.
While still making it clear he believes he's the better fighter, which is such a cold way of saying, respectfully, I'm taking your belt. He talked about staying focused.
Hey, who else?
Shakur, this is Johnny Boy. What do you do better than Teo?
I'm the better fighter. That's it.
Cutting through the noise and letting January 31st do the talking, but then teased the mystery by refusing to reveal his game plan, basically telling Teo, you'll find out the hard way.
One of the big narratives surrounding the last fight was the whole Tom and Jerry aspect of it. We're expecting to see you stand in front of Teofimo Lopez. And
I can't tell y'all how I'm going to fight. Why would I tell you? If I tell you, that means I'm telling him. So at the end of the day, it'll be a surprise for him, and just come in on fight night and I'll be ready.
Teofimo, on the other hand, was pure confidence, saying he does everything better and promising to bring the pain with the game, which sounds like chaos with a blueprint.
I think when you're the best at what you do and you're outspoken like myself, yeah, you're gonna have that underdog. It's like a slumdog millionaire, so it's okay. I prefer it. I don't mind it. We're always against all odds. That's what I like to say. Coming into the pros, that's what it was, and that's what it still is.
Both guys kept talking legacy, magnitude, pound-for-pound implications, and how this fight could define who owns 135 and 140 moving forward. And that's when you realize this isn't just another main event, it's a career pivot point.
See, I was just gonna say, what can you offer to people who say, like, in this fight, you know, one of your advantages is counterpunching, and then one of his advantages is timing and distance, and how that'll make it hard for you to get those opportunities? What's your response to that?
My response is like, you ever been in this position? then you just don't know. You just don't know.
Shakur framing himself as the underdog against the odds, Teo embracing the big stage villain role, both refusing to blink. That's how you get a war of words that actually feels like a war of futures.
Do you look into those fights, or do you think Teo's this fighter who rises to bigger occasions? You're expecting to see a better Teofimo?
I don't think that I got the same style as them guys. I think that them guys are movers. If you really pay attention to my fights, I'm not a guy that really just move all around the ring. So we'll see. We'll see come fight night. But once again, I think we got totally different styles.
And just when the Shakur versus Teo war of words started sounding like a chess match wrapped in a press conference, Jaron Ennis slides in like the quiet kid who actually aced the exam and casually drops a prediction that hits like a cold splash of water. Ennis didn't hesitate. He straight up said Shakur is going to cook him, and not in a loud Twitter take way, but in that calm, I've sparred these guys, I know the difference way.
I think Shakur gonna cook him. I ain't gonna lie. I think Shakur gonna cook him 9-3.
9-3?
Yeah.
Now, you talking about, like, is it competitive early, or is it just?
It might be competitive early, but I think Shakur just gonna like start breaking him down, like, mentally and stuff like that. I don't think Teo like mentally there sometimes.
He framed it like the fight might be competitive early, but then Shakur starts breaking Teo down mentally. And that's the scary part, because mental erosion is invisible on TV, but brutal in real time. When Ennis talks about Shakur's distance control, that's high-level respect, because distance is the cheat code of boxing. And he basically said most guys can't even reach Shakur's operating system.
What is it about Shakur that's difficult?
I just think with these guys, I think Shakur, like, he knows distance well, and I don't think the other guys can like reach him or capitalize off of it.
Now, everybody's saying decision. Could a stoppage be on the table? Because you said like frustrate him.
Yeah, for sure. A stoppage is always in the works. These guys fighting with 8 ounces on no egg or anything can happen in boxing.
Then he casually throws in that a stoppage isn't crazy if frustration snowballs, which is wild coming from someone as measured as Boots. I loved how he flipped it into advice too, saying Shakur just needs to be himself, ignore the crowd, ignore the noise, keep it simple and win, which sounds boring but is literally how champions age gracefully. And the social media take was real too.
So what does Shakur have to do to be successful against a Teo?
Just be himself, be him. Don't listen to the crowd, don't listen to these fans, don't listen to these haters, these saying daughters. Just be him, do what he do best, and that's one.
Yeah. Is that a situation where you keep it simple, keep it boring?
Keep it simple and win. That's all. Get home safely to your family, bro. Keep it simple and just win.
Ennis basically saying no matter who wins, the internet will rewrite history in 5 minutes because boxing fans love retroactively calling everyone overrated. His whole vibe was locked in champion energy. No drama, just progress, happiness, gym, repeat. It's funny how the loudest voices are hyping chaos, but one of the best fighters in the world is saying, nah, fundamentals and mental control decide this. That contrast alone makes this fight even more fascinating, because either Ennis looks prophetic or Teo flips the script and turns mental pressure into rocket fuel.
But you're gonna always have them people in the background saying they're gonna try to downplay his win. Some people gonna be like, if he do win, some people gonna be like, Teo not this, Teo not that, or vice versa. They try this. You know how this boxing game is. You know how this boxing world is. You know how social media is. As soon as somebody get cooked, he was never that good anyway.
And right after Ennis came in with that calm, surgical fundamentals over frenzy energy, Romero pulls up and flips the whole vibe into philosophy class, mixed with street logic. Raleigh didn't even start with picking a side. He started with God, which already tells you this isn't a hot take segment, it's a mindset segment. Then he goes straight into legacy talk, calling Teo a Hall of Famer, an all-time guy already. And that's heavy language coming from a fighter, not a fan.
There's a good, stylistically, people say Shakur is gonna beat him, and like I said, a focused Teo is a dangerous Teo, and I feel like he's been focused. I feel he's actually been very, very, very focused, so I think we're gonna see the best Teofimo Lopez.
When Raleigh says Teo's resume clears Shakur's right now, that's not shade, that's context. And it shifts the whole debate from styles make fights to history makes confidence. But the key line is that when Raleigh keeps repeating focused Teo is dangerous Teo, because that's the real variable nobody can chart on a stat sheet. He basically dismisses the Sandor Martin and Jermaine Ortiz fights as unserious camps, like Teo was on cruise control, and says this version is locked in, which is terrifying if true.
Oh no, I would love to see Teo win. Teo's a legend, bro. Teo is a Hall of Fame fighter. At the end of it, bro, in reality, he would have been undisputed at 140, but Josh Taylor had vacated the belt. But regardless, Teo's already an all-time legend, bro. You can't knock Teo. And like at the end of it, bro, who has the better resume between Teo and Shakur?
It'll be Teo right now.
By far.
Then he drops that sneaky detail about Teo being faster in short combinations, while Shakur owns timing. And that's a beautiful contrast. Speed bursts versus rhythm control. I love how Raleigh doesn't box himself into a strategy either. He's like, you gotta stalk and box. Because against a complete fighter, one personality isn't enough. It's funny too because Raleigh's energy is chaotic, but his breakdown is actually disciplined. He's basically saying this isn't about hype. It's about preparation, respect, and seriousness. No clown energy, no gimmicks, just who actually showed up to work. And that's what makes his take dangerous, because he's not selling a narrative, he's selling a version of Teo that looks calm, focused, and intentional. If If that Teo shows up, we're not watching a style clash. We're watching a mindset collision. And those fights don't follow predictions, they follow pressure.
Teo is extremely athletic and has a crazy hand speed.
Faster than Shakur, you think?
Yeah, Teo's lets off combinations a lot faster than Shakur, but Shakur does have great timing.
Yeah.
But like I said, you know, we're gonna see truly who shows up. We're gonna see. I feel like I said, Teo's really been training hard for this fight.
And right after Raleigh framed this whole matchup as mindset versus mindset, Jamal Herring slides in, like the veteran who's actually been in there with Shakur and came back with a technical survival manual. Herring straight up admits he thought size and strength would matter when he fought Shakur, then immediately shuts that down by saying Shakur neutralized everything with ring IQ, distance control, and that creepy front foot measuring stick that turns the ring into his personal ruler. When Herring says Shakur made him miss and pay even with reach advantage, that's not hype, that's a warning label. Then he pivots to Teofimo and starts mapping out the blueprint. Teo cannot turn this into a chess match because that's literally Shakur's home address. Herring keeps hammering the same theme. Teo has to use size, speed, and that offbeat rhythm to disrupt Shakur early, step to him, pressure him, and make him fight when he doesn't want to fight.
You seen it when he how he comes out the gate against Lomachenko, and I believe he has to do that even with Shakur. You gotta basically be the bully because he's the bigger man. He has to basically put his foot on the gas and step to Shakur. But I think it's a great matchup, and it's two really good styles that clash. And for me, I also, despite what people may think, or maybe the one loss on Teofimo's record, I think Teo's improved since the Kambosos fight a lot, and I think it's a great matchup for boxing. I'm actually excited for it.
He even breaks down rhythm like a gym lesson, saying if you come at Shakur at the same tempo, he'll download you, find the timing, and start picking you apart like he did to him and Valdez. That's brutal honesty. Herring's key point is Teo has to change speeds, mix cadence, touch, bang, then reset, because predictable rhythm is basically an invitation for Shakur to counter you into a highlight reel. He also warns Teo that Shakur adjusts fast. Once Shakur feels a shot, he files it away and never lets you land it again, which is terrifying. But Herring doesn't paint Teo as helpless either. He keeps repeating Teo is bigger, stronger, athletic, and if he can touch Shakur early and often, that changes everything. Still, his bottom line is clear. Teo must impose his will, set the pace, and force a fight, not a clinic.
There's some tricky things that Shakur does that Teo may need to look out for.
His timing. Because if you miss, he'll make you pay. So he's definitely. That's what I meant. Like, you have to change your speed up. That's what they say in the gym. Change your speed up. Because you keep coming with the same speed and timing, he's gonna pick it up, and then he's gonna find his rhythm and start picking you apart that way. So you gotta basically change. You gotta change a lot of things in there with Shakur, and you gotta be consistent.
Because if Teo lets Shakur dictate rhythm, distance, and tempo, Herring basically says you're already playing catch-up. And against Shakur, catch-up turns into frustration real fast. So yeah, when you stack all of this together, this fight stops looking like just a title bout and starts looking like a full-on Crossroads moment. Shakur is walking in with that cold, calculated technician aura, backed by pros saying he'll mentally and technically dismantle Teo if he controls rhythm and distance. Teofimo is walking in with legacy talk, confidence, and that dangerous, focused version energy that's already shocked the world before. Experts are basically saying this comes down to tempo, mindset, and who forces their game on the other first. Chess match or pressure cooker, clinic or chaos, one guy is upgrading his legacy, and the other is rewriting the narrative in real time.
Just because we've never really seen Shakur, and let's be honest, in a real tough bout yet, where he looks like he's at the point of losing anything. You know what I mean? I saw, obviously, you have to favor Shakur. Like I said, Teo's had issues, like you say, he was sick, whatever, but he had issues with the Kambosos fight. He had issues with the Jermaine Ortiz fight. So, of course, you have to favor a guy like Shakur in this fight.
Now I want your take. Who wins this and why? Does Shakur's timing and IQ break Teo down, or does Teo's athleticism and pressure flip the script? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's debate this properly. And yo, don't ever forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters. See you in the next one.